Welcome to Gamer Talk. My name is Logan. Today I'm joined by Tim, Ralph, and Freddie, aka Alexander. We call him Freddie because we like him. And we want him to change his name because we already have an Alex in the group who's a fictional character, but that doesn't matter. We're going to get him to change his name. Anyway.
What do you do, Logan, when your gamers run off the rails?
Let's see. Everybody here is GM'd at some point. I would like to immediately pass the buck to the guy who asked the question. What do you do what do you do? Or if you don't GM a lot, like Freddie doesn't GM a lot, what do you see other GMs do that's good and bad to get people on the rails?
In lots of the traditional games that I've run into, like Dungeons and Dragons, in that. Don't get me wrong. I love Dungeons and Dragons. It is the gateway drug to better, heavier drugs. But it is just that. It's the gateway drug. It's got the little bumper rails in the fucking bowling alley, and 99% of the time, if a guy's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go check that passageway," they hit the bumper, and the guy's like, "There's nothing really there. You should probably go back to the other pass." That kind of flows into what Freddie was saying about the previous incident was with video games, you don't have those options. D&D, it's real rough.
Could you give an example? Because I'm sure there's a lot of GMs listening to this go, but that's not the way it works in my campaign.
In D&D, it's almost like a lot of times you have to put on kitty gloves. All right. In order for this module to continue, I have to kindly steer the ducklings. No, go this way, or else the game session's done. Because if you don't have the module, if you're new, and you're running modules, right? If they go too far off the module, you're done. You're either okay. Well, let's start back where we were, or start it again and just keep running this module until you guys figure out how to do it the way you're supposed to do it according to how it was written. But that's where you have to, creativity is where it mainly comes in. Or, Logan, I'm sure Logan writes up a bunch of different theories on, if they go this direction, Logan has a sheet. This is the main plan. Then this is B. Then this is C. Then this is, tries to write in as many ideas as he thinks maybe these idiots would run off to. Me, I wing everything. I'm pulling 100% of the shit out of my ass the entire time, because in the game systems we run, I don't even know if you call it a module. You're like, this is what happens, and then you just watch the explosion. You're putting different chemicals in, and it never goes the way you plan it. Never.
The last question for Tim, though, is that a fault of the system or of inexperience in trying to run modules?
I would almost say it's the fault of the system for not describing multiple options. At least give multiple options. Most of the store-bought modules that you get nowadays, there isn't a whole list of, okay, they go this way, A, B, C, D. It's they talk to the poor kid who runs up saying, "Goblins have attacked my town." And then if they go, well, fuck it, we don't care about that place, then the module is officially ended.
Okay. Ralph, what are your thoughts on what he was saying or on the general topic?
Sure. Of running off the rails. Usually I create all of my content, if you will, myself, but I will sprinkle in pre-generated adventures. But what I would do then is I typically link something in that pre-generated adventure to personally tie to a character that makes them want to achieve the end goal. And while they're going through the pre-generated adventure, which I'm kind of cringe at, but I'll wing it just like what TJ will do, but I'll change it and just whatever they do, kind of the rule of cool. If they're having fun, I'm having fun, they're getting some objectives, they're being challenged, because challenging is the important part, then it's a successful day of gaming.
Tie-ins is good.
Freddie.
Well, I've not GM'd, really. I've done one shot, which is a dungeon crawl. So not really even
So
story
what do
building.
you see? What do you see good GMs
Yeah,
versus bad
so
GMs doing?
I did in one of my longer campaigns, the party did, I think in the second session, derail the whole campaign, literally completely different direction. And what the GM did was he just completely rewrote the whole story, basically. He kept all the NPCs, all the locations, all the lore and everything, but the main story he rewrote for what we were doing. So I think one of the most important things for a GM is to accept the fact that your players are unpredictable and you just need to
Yeah.
accept that your plans may never see the light of day and you must be willing to do something different based on what your players do. So I think that's probably like, you need to learn to adapt quick.
That's a good answer there. I think it's really hard, especially for new GMs, to change things up and adapt, especially if they're running modules, and they're uncertain as to what to do. I I generally try to roll with whatever the players are doing, but in some case, I have a lot of different things. Like sometimes if they go off the rails, I don't give a shit. Maybe they're going somewhere more interesting, and I'll just go with that. Um, Go ahead, Ralph. You got
Oh, I'm
something?
agreeing with you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's more interesting.
Yeah. But also sometimes, like I I wouldn't say it's part of the story, but like for example, the ice tower that you guys have been recently talking about is a good example. Like I had some stuff there. Now, if people were like, no, we totally hate that whole area, we hate the ice tower, we don't give a crap about it, that's fine because eventually other stuff will happen. Like I have a lot of what I call fester that goes on in the game, and it's not really. I don't think it's really to punish players. Some people like, oh, you're just punishing me. No, it's just if you leave certain situations alone long enough, they will get worse or somebody else will come by and solve them. I've had like, there's a big necromancy thing and a big army and stuff. And the players were like, oh God, here we go again. And they came back and they were like, so what's going on with this army? Oh, it got defeated by the guard. And they're like, really? And they were stunned by this. It's like, yeah, they're bad. We defeated them. They're like, that was unexpected. I thought we had to do everything. No, we that's why we employ all these people. And so that was the end of that. But so I as long as I can keep coming up with new stuff that makes the players set back on their heels and go, this isn't going where I thought it was. We have a new thing, and now we're challenged by this new thing. As long as they're entertained, I don't care where they go. They don't have to go in this dungeon or stay here if they don't want it. And the outro. These are quick, aren't they? All right. This has been Gamer Talk. My name's Logan, and I was joined by Tim, Ralph, and Freddie, who needs to change his name because it'll confuse viewers on the thing. And thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope you'll enjoy it.